Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. I get in early, like 7 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be early. I don't know why. Police is like, if we ever do this again, I'm never gonna fly early. That's ridiculous. Because we gotta get to the airport by 4, and this 4 in the morning, and then we're leaving at 5, and all that stuff. And so we gotta leave where we're gonna stay at my sister-in-law's at to get up, leave at 3 in the morning and
Oh
stuff. And
wow.
it's just a bunch of, it's really hectic and everything. Oh, we're live. Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all very much for coming back. We are doing another around 30 minutes, and I have a very special guest, one of the sexiest people I've ever met, and in an ROC. We got Mr. Energon Addict, Dave. How are you
Y-
doing, good
I'm
sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you very much for joining. I know we've been hectic. Hectic. I got to run. After this 30 minutes. I got to take my dogs to get there cleaned and everything before we leave for Chicago and everything. So yeah. So like I said, how are you doing? What have you been doing today? Have you had a busy day or anything?
Well, I went to work. I should have taken the day off to be honest with you because I didn't do much today. With all this TFCon talk and all the
Oh
chats
yeah,
going on and people posting their their status updates. Oh,
yeah.
I'm leaving. Some people are there already. Some people are just
Hmm.
packing. I'm just so antsy right now that I basically left work around 1:30.
Yeah. So
And
you,
came
what time did you
home
go in? 8,
8.
8ish.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. You
So
should have just took the day. You've been like,
I
yeah,
should have
I'm
just
good.
took the day.
Mm.
I wasn't getting nothing done. There wasn't much to get done anyway, but I
Yeah.
was just like, I gotta
That's
get the
cool.
fuck out of here, itching to pack.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're packed and we're ready to go. We're waiting for her sister. She's gonna take care. My mom lives with me. Uh, she's been living with me for over a year now, and her sister's gonna take care of her. So we gotta wait for her to get here, and then we gotta drive all the way over, close to Memphis, which is about 3 hours away, and all that good stuff. So thank you very much, Chris Gardner. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like the series. I love doing it. So hey, did you? I know you do breaking the motor thing, but did you get anything? I don't think y'all even do the getting
Nah,
holes
we don't
anymore.
do the holes anymore.
So what'd you do? Let's. What halls did you get this week? Or did you get
Oh,
anything?
this week? All right.
Yeah.
Let me look around a bit. All right. Well, I'm into the Dragon Ball Z stuff, so I
Right.
got a uh it's, it's Captain Ginyu from the Ginyu Force. And
Okay.
Captain
Let's see.
Ginyu is made by Demonical Fit, so it's basically like a third party or knockoff. Not really knockoff because it's not knocking anything off. It's an original mold
Mm-hmm.
um, of a Figuarts. It's similar to the look and similar to the articulation, but it's not. It's not a
Right.
Figuarts. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
got that. I
So it's not a
got
third party. It's like a third party. Kind of.
yeah, third party. I got that Bulma from the DBZ line as well, and I picked up something that I've a 3A figure uh, that I've never seen before until somebody posted it in the group, and I looked it up and it was going for like 100, and the guy wanted 70. Talked him down to 60. I
Oh.
got it, and I basically got it because I wanted to like kind of customize it in a sense and put like a
Oh.
stormtrooper hat
Nice.
on it.
What
He
kind of
comes with
weapon?
another head, but I put this one on for now. It's not really steady, but
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's a
Oh,
pretty cool
weathers. Is
looking
it? Is it
figure.
weathered down or something like that? Or
Yeah, like all the clothing's weathered down, and it's
okay.
actually
I didn't know
fabric.
weather.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's lucky you got $40 off. That's really good.
Yeah.
So that's all you got? Okay.
I'm looking
Nothing else going
around.
on?
What's
Hmm.
funny is Brink hit me up last night because I had something shipped to his house because the
Okay.
guy had bought it off of eBay. I bought it on eBay, like I had won, I guess, the bid. But then when it went through, I didn't pay for it. Like as soon as it went through, I paid for it the next morning.
Hmm.
But he sent me an invoice prior to me paying for it, and the amount was more. It's like $18 more. So I'm
Hmm.
like, hey, why is the price different? And it's like, oh well, since I'm in New York and I have a store, you have to pay New York sales tax. And I said, well, if I
Really?
would have paid the invoice last night, you would have never knew where I was, and I wouldn't have had to pay the sales tax. He goes, well, since I run a business, I want to run it the right way. I have to charge you the tax, unless you know someone somewhere I can ship it, and then you don't
Hmm.
have to pay the tax. So right then and there, I
Oh.
said Delaware popped in my head, and Gary already moved
It
out
always
of
does.
Delaware,
It always does.
and
Delaware for some reason popped their right head for
you know,
some reason.
and I said Brink lives in Delaware,
Yeah.
And
Once he's doing stuff, so is he gonna bring it to you, or is he just gonna send it to you to your house?
well, the funny part about it is that I forgot this has happened like a month ago, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was like 3 weeks to a month ago. I forgot I even bought the thing to the point where I was looking at it like days prior to yesterday
Yeah.
to buy it because I needed it. And I'm like, wait, like I'm like, I don't have this. Like I have put all my troopers out already. It's a sideshow trooper, right? Clone veteran, basically.
Okay.
And I forgot I bought it until Brian hit me up last night. So that's how bad it gets, man. Like, you spend $200 and you forget you spent it. Like,
Exactly. You're like Robert D, man. Robert D buys shit. I always ask him, I was like, so where'd you get it from? He's like, man, I don't even remember. I'm like, God dang, dude, come on now. Yeah, dude buys stuff. He's like, I ask him, how much is it? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, whatever. Must be nice and everything. Oh, Dust called you a shady Latino. Anyways, so yeah, that's cool. So no Transformers. So you're just waiting until. Are you going to pick up anything at TFCon? Are you?
I want that MMC exclusive. I do all the reformatted stuff, so I have most of that.
Oh, the wing, one.
All that line. I might pick up that Cyclonus if it's there.
It is going to be. I heard that people are already getting them, so I think it is going to be available at TFCon.
And I'm still up in the air. I haven't went in on the Make Toy Seekers aside from Starscream that I picked up at the last con.
Mm-hmm.
I might just go in on those, but it all depends on how much money I spend going out with the guys and shit.
That is true. Now, do you like the Starscream? A lot of people don't. And I love it. It's my favorite. That's the one I would grab. Is if something was happening in my house or something, I would grab that. Do you like the Make Toys?
I do. I do wish the face sculpt was a little lighter. It is dark. It's hard to see the detail in it. But I think if they do come with alternate faces and heads, right? The other two.
Yeah. They're more lighter. They're not as dark as Starscream.
Right. But if I wanted to, I could swap one out.
I think so. I think of it. I don't know if they fit well or not. I have to check it out. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. But I think they do. I think they do. Yeah. I think if you took was it one of Inferno's faces? I think you can. It might. I think if you jam it up there, I think it will fit up there. I might be wrong on that. But
I know that worked for Tesla.
With a Tesla, okay. I'm sorry. Then okay. Duh. But I think you can take one of the Skywarps or Thundercracker's face. Yeah, Dust says you can. So yeah, you can switch out so everything because it's not nice. Face don't really bother me. I think the alt mode is just beautiful. I mean, it's straight from a cartoon, like it came out and everything and stuff. So yeah.
So you constantly manipulate your stuff, like you transform it back and forth.
Yeah, I try to. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I do. I don't know if anybody's seen my room. I try to grab some stuff off the, if I'm bored or anything. That's why I'm going back. I do a lot of, I'm doing the Masterpiece line. I go back and go through that line, and I mess with that. And then I just did Ironhide and Ratchet. And I'm going back and doing like the older, like Chuck stuff, like I'm doing Prime. Some people want me to start doing some animated stuff too, so I'll try to go back into animated. So it's give me a chance to review something and actually go back and mess with stuff that I don't with, because I got stuff that I haven't touched since I put it up there. Because there's some stuff and everything. And I'm sure you know that way.
Yeah, I mean, I've just recently went through that because all my shit was in boxes. So
yeah, exactly.
You open something. Mm-hmm. You open something when you first get it, you have it out for like maybe a week or two, maybe more or less, and then you put it away because you're like, hey, I don't want to lose pieces to it. The next set of fucking boxes come in too, and you want to open that stuff. And for a long time, it was a corner of my dining room where I kept all my shit. So
the only thing good about moving, really, I'll be honest, is that you get to put your hand on stuff that you haven't touched in, maybe years, months or years and everything. So that's the only thing that's good about moving. So
kind of like being married when you don't get to have sex as often as you'd like.
I'm like, Belisa, is there any way I could just touch up the boobs? I don't want to do anything else. I just want to touch the boobs. She's like, no, that's not what we're supposed to do. I'm like, all right, whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so you're happily married. How long have you been married?
May of next year will be 5 years, so about 4.5 now.
Okay. We just did our 6-year anniversary last September. So.
Oh, nice.
And you have kids? How many kids do you have?
Just one.
Just one?
I have She'll be 2 in a few weeks.
Oh, nice. That's
Yep.
cool. Are they coming with you, or you're going
No.
by yourself? No.
No, hell no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love them and shit, but
oh yeah, you need a break.
having a 2-year-old that, basically my wife, right? She's good with the kid at home, but like in a out setting, like out in public and stuff,
yeah,
she kind of fucking breaks apart a little bit. Like, she needs the help. So
yeah.
if she was to come to the con, I'd probably be babysitting half the time. I shouldn't say babysitting. I'd be with my child, helping my wife with my child, and I wouldn't be enjoying, the rest of the.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. You have to have a break, everything. I know this is the first time I've actually. My wife went to one of the BotCons I went with over in California, and she's never been to a TFCon, and so this will be her first one, and she gets to meet everybody. She's met Justin, and she's met Robert. She hasn't met Bobby yet, and she hasn't met Greg, which Greg won't be there. Only Robert and Bobby will be there. And she's met Pinkerton. Pinkerton came to my house when he was doing the little loopy-loop thing over when he lived in the South. So, yeah, so she gets to meet everybody, and I think it'll be cool.
I think that is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I always offer it. I always offer it to her. Hey, the con's gonna be in Chicago this year.
Mm-hmm.
I even told her. I said if they ever do that Reston location again, I think she would enjoy that because she can go shopping and go eat lunch with one of the other wives and do something.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it's next year. I heard next year that I think they're going back because there were so many walk-ins. I think it's the most they've ever had do walk-ins. So, but I've also heard California. Which, I don't know. Man,
that's rough. Yeah,
a hard one to swing, but we'll see. So, let me ask you, what is it? What other than Transformers? Everybody's known for you. What else do you collect? I know you collect Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z. Is there any other lines that you collect? Or, are you into a lot of stuff?
I just collect a lot of shit. Yeah, I collect Mezco.
Okay.
I do my superhero stuff. I do only Mezco, so I don't have any Marvel Legends. I don't have any Hot Toys, Marvel or DC characters. So the only ones that I do own are the Mezco.
Why Mezco? Okay, if you don't mind.
I got into Mezco about maybe 6 months before I got into the Hot Toys. Like my first Hot Toys that I bought was, I think, earlier this year, January.
Okay. Wow.
And since then, I've just been hooked. But prior to that, like I had owned a Marvel Legends or two. When I say that, probably a good 7 to 10 of them. And when I held when I saw the first Mezco figure in hand, I was like, wow, these are fucking nice. The fabric clothing, the stuff it came with, and I was impressed. So I started, I bought a few more, and now it's like probably about for every 4 releases that come out, I probably get 2. You know what I mean? Like I don't get every figure that comes out, but like today they just dropped a Homecoming Spider-Man in the homemade suit.
Oh, I saw that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So between me, Chris, and Dom, we usually hit each other up and like, oh, who's buying it? Who's getting it? And Dom was gracious enough to pick one up for me. And Chris was nice enough to send me the link because I didn't even know it came out. Sold out within an hour. So
did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it went up. I want to say it went up like around 1:30, a little after 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And by 1:54, I think it was sold out or some shit like that.
Wow. So you did get one?
Yeah, Dom secured one for me.
Good.
So
nice.
I mean, we tend to do that with each other. Like,
you help each other.
If I can't get a hold of him, I'll just assume that he wants it, and if he doesn't, I'll offer it to somebody else. But
right. Well, that's cool. I'm getting my first Mezco actually this year. I ordered through Pinkerton through the Jason because I'm on this little horror kick or phase life, whatever you want to call it, and everything. So I'll get my first Mezco. I'm doing the NECA because they're kind of cheap, but you get a lot of stuff. But I think they're really good. I love other than NECA stuff, and it's really good. But I get my first Mezco, and I wanted the Michael Myers came out just recently, and I've heard it's pretty good too. So I may try to snatch that guy too. So
yeah, you could probably find that. I've seen it in a few groups. They're going for like $80 or
$80. It's not bad. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So all right. So everybody knows that you are on Breaking the Mold. So how did that come effect? Everybody knows how Shattercast. If you've listened to the older Shattercast stuff, how did the Breaking the Mold? How did y'all guys to get together and decide to y'all want to do a show? And what did y'all focus on? What did y'all want to make it out to be? As far as that.
Right. That's a good topic. I mean, I don't want to open any old wounds or anything, but
No, no,
for a
no, no.
long
I
time,
understand that. I understand that.
for a
Understand
long
that.
time, we did the RLC hangout, right? And the
Mhm.
RLC hangout was, hodgepodge of different characters every
Yeah.
week.
Hmm.
For the majority, I would say from about April till September of 2017, it was kind of like the same people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was
Hmm.
Jose, it was JD, it was Dom, it was myself. Like,
Yeah.
and then it would be like Brammer and Russ. And by the time TFCon hit, I think it was Chris and Dust had approached myself and Jose and were like, this show, it's become something else. Like, it's not really the hangout anymore. Like, most of you guys show up every week. You might want to
Yeah.
make it something else. So,
Yeah.
me and Jose pondered on it and we thought about it and we said, if we're gonna do this, we got to come up with a cast. So at the time, like I said, it was the same people showing up for the
Yeah.
most part,
Right.
and we were like, look, we got to limit it because we want to have guests on the show from
Yeah.
time to time. So we want to
Yeah.
limit to 6, and 6 was a far stretch already. 6 people on a
Yeah.
podcast, a lot
It
a
is.
lot of mouths. Especially,
Mhm.
we wanted it to be a topic-driven show because we
Correct.
started going in with topics. Like we would think about something we wanted to talk about prior to being on the show, as opposed to when it first started, just, hey, what's up? What you get this weekend? What you think about that?
Understand.
And
Just basically winging it. Basically, what
right.
we're doing, trying to wing it. Yeah. Okay. So
So
how'd y'all come up with breaking the mold? Like,
the
how'd y'all
name,
come up with the name? Hmm?
the name, it was basically, it was a ton of names. It's about 20 to 30 fucking different names going on for like a
Exactly.
good month.
Yeah.
I think it was myself and Dom. We were on the phone, and I had said something. Well, it's got to be like more groundbreaking, and Dom was like, "That's it, breaking the mold."
I was gonna
And I
say
was like,
groundbreaking.
"All right, cool." So we went with breaking the mold. We sent it to the guys. The guys all, they say, you know what? That sounds good.
Yeah.
Because we had a fucking ton of crappy, fucking
Oh,
outlandish
I know.
names.
I understand. I understand.
And it stuck. It stuck, and we ran with it. So, I can't take credit for it. Dom came up with it, but we brainstormed together, and the
We'll give you
guys all
credit.
were
It's
just
all
like,
right.
you know what? That's exactly what we need. We agreed on it.
I'll give you credit, man. Huh? We got Dom. Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
with the
love it.
and with that said, what we wanted to do was try to break the mold of a typical podcast.
Mhm.
We that's why we originally started doing the what you get whole,
Mhm.
and then we were like, why are we doing that? We sound like everybody else. Let's stop doing that.
Yeah.
Plus we were taking like an hour to do it. Some of us some weeks were
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
getting.
JD has some holes. I remember that.
JD would pull out a fucking book and fucking
He
go,
just be like,
one through
like
40.
he pulled out a CVC receipt. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. And I love all the guys on there. I'm excited. Everybody's gonna be at TFCon, and I can't wait to
Yeah.
see JD and Brian, all them other guys and everything. So let me ask you another question. Where do you see breaking the mold in 5 years?
You like to ask that 5-year question.
Exactly.
I would like to see breaking the mold, whether we're podcasting anymore or not. I would
Hmm.
just like to stay friends with those guys. Just be able to
Oh
meet up
yeah.
with them once in a while and get together. Because 5 years is a long stretch. And I'm 37. Some of the
Hmm.
other guys are 40 and
Yeah.
up, and I'm not sure if 5 years from now they're gonna be wanting to talk about this stuff anymore. They might be thinking about, hey, you know what? I want to retire in another 5 or 6 years.
That's understandable.
I think I'm
And
gonna get into something else, or sell all my toys to buy a muscle car. Yeah, Gary, I'm talking
yeah.
about you. But
He said, "I'm looking at you, Gary."
I would just
Yeah.
honestly, I would love for this to go on forever. But if it doesn't, as long as the relationships are kept,
Yeah.
that's what's
I
important to
didn't
me.
think, to be honest, when we started Sharecast, I didn't, nobody really thought we was going to be around for it, but we've been around for, God, we've been 4 years now, almost 5, I think. So, I mean, it's possible. And like I said, and like you said, if we didn't do Shattercast, I still think we would be friends. I mean, because we've grown. I think that's why people like us, because a lot of our stuff now is not Transformer driven anymore, because there's not really a lot of stuff out there. So they like to listen to us, just chit chat, shoot the shit, all that stuff, especially me and Robert going back and forth, Robert and Bobby going back and forth, and everything. So it's all And Dust said he's going to retire at TFCon, so you won't have anybody to do that.
He said the same thing last year too. So
did he say that last year?
He says it every year.
Yeah. I believe it. 1 year, I believe it. He'll be like, you know what? But we'd be really funny if he really did. It'd be like, he would just quit, and everybody's like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, right.
So.
I could see Dust doing a Michael Jordan, coming back wearing the 4-5. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. He can go play baseball and then come back 3 years and still, run everything. So, how did that you got your nickname, Energon Addict? How did that come about?
It was just looking for something cool to fucking put on Instagram, to be honest with
really?
you. Yeah, it was. It is. Everybody knows my extracurricular activities, that I partake in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a heavy drinker. I don't drink a lot. So, I partake in the POT a little bit. And I was like, all right, what could I say? What could I do, to Addict? Okay. Toy Addict was taken. I was like, nah. I'm into Transformers. Okay. Transformer Addict was taken. I was like, Energon Addict. It sounds good. It's a substance. I'm addicted to it. Yeah. The Transformers get addicted to it. It's a source of energy and power. Fuck it. Energon Addict. That's what it is. That's how it's stuck.
That's cool. Everybody asks me, and I'm just like, it's been so long. I've Oscar, he gave it to me, and then I used to be called Creamy Legend at one time, and I did not like that one. So
what was that one?
Creamy Legend.
Creamy Legend?
Yeah, that's what Oscar started calling me at first, and I was like, "No, dude. First of all, it'd be like, hey, Creamy Legend. Like, no, I don't want that. Come on, now.
No, I don't like that.
I don't watch Kings of Comedy. Cedric the Entertainer was talking about Delicious. He said somebody called him, or he had a dude. His name was Delicious, and he's like, man, I don't want some dude yelling me, hey, Delicious. Come on, man. You gotta watch King's Comedy. It's really good. So anybody have any questions for us? Anything? I've answered, or I've asked. There's tons of stuff. Like I said, if everybody knows Dave, he's on he's on Breaking the Mold every Tuesday on the ROC channel. Are you in the works? Have you thought about doing other stuff? Like other podcasts or anything like that, or a Mezco podcast, or something like that, a Star Wars podcast? Have you been on top?
Well, it's funny. It's like the topic we had last night. Brian had even pointed out that me and Dom were pretty passionate about it. I'd love to talk more about like the hot toy stuff. It's not done enough. At least in the tight community that we're in. I'm part of other groups and I do talk to other individuals about it, but that's mostly via text and Facebook. It's not like how we're talking now, face to face, or no laughter involved. It's just like, hey, so where'd you pick this piece up and how did you customize that, and boring stuff. But we got a little adamant when we were talking about it, myself and Dom. So it'd be cool if we could do that once in a while. But I think that's what's good about Breaking the Mold, is we can take a subject that maybe 2 or 3 of us are interested in and talk about it, and the other guys are cool with that. I've been on shows where the guys are talking about like the Voyager Transformers or Legend Scale Transformers, which I don't collect.
Right.
But I'm down to talk about it because at least I know the fiction. I know what they're talking about. Like, hey, you're talking about Soundwave. I know who Soundwave is.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm completely dumb to it. So that's what I like about our show. It's diverse. We could talk about anything. It doesn't even have to be about toys.
So. Yeah, that's true. That's good. I'm sure there's Chris would be good for hot toys, would be anything. Snowflake from Tyler would be a good person to talk about hot toys, because that's what they collect now mostly. Well, Chris don't. He collects everything. He collects makes sure everything. And Dust, I am not asking for content. I'm just trying to just talk to Dave. Come on. Can you give me a break? He's like, your show, Matt. Don't ask us for content. He's always salty. He's like the ocean, man. He's so salty.
You know, Dust is he's my I call him Dad all the time. I'm like, all right, Dad, all
What
right,
up,
Dad.
Pops?
You know, because he's just got that protective vibe about him with everything. Like he'll be like, Dave, don't drive down that avenue because the cops might
Yeah.
pull you over. Like, all right, Dad, thanks for the tip.
Thanks, Pops. Sunday Heat. He said you were actually his first IG person he asked us up to. He said, I have a question. When do you know when you have enough in your collection?
When do you know when you start running out of room in your display
Actually,
room?
yeah,
Like,
I should ask you that too. It's like when do you think you have a perfect collection? Like you're just done. Like you can go in your room and look around like, I don't think I need any more. I think I'm good. You think that will ever happen with you?
I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I'm satisfied, where I'm not constantly shopping on my phone, which that's me. Like everybody says, Dave, get off your phone, stop shopping, because I'm looking for that bargain. I'm not somebody that just spends money. I don't want to sound like a pompous asshole. I just don't have money coming out my ass. It's not the truth.
I don't either.
But I'm out there looking for that deal. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I need a Hot Toys Chewbacca I haven't bought yet, right? I'm not paying $300 for it, which is like the go around ask for it right now.
Yeah.
I want to get it for $200, which I've seen it go for. So I'll hunt for that until I get it.
Right.
But it's now that I'm filling the spaces in this room, and I've had conversations with my wife. She comes up here and she tries to help me organize things and figure out what my next furniture piece might be to display some of this stuff. And I got to the point where I'm like, look, I may not be able to put that TV up on the wall that I wanted to put up because I need the wall space. Or the desk that I'm sitting on right now might have to go in the middle of the room somehow, or not taking up this valuable wall space. So, but again, I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm happy with what I have right now. I don't have to go, I'm not really trying to fill too many gaps. Now it's more along the lines of something comes out and it looks nice and it'll fit my collection, I'll buy it.
Okay, that's good. I just grabbed Transformers. It didn't matter to me, but I've gotten to the point where I'm out of room. We're moving hopefully sometime next year, and I'm already getting ideas of how I'm gonna set up my room or a bonus space or something like that. So,
Matt, you only do Transformers. You do other stuff too, right?
No, I do
the horror NECA stuff.
Which I say I'm not gonna get a lot, but I'm buying a lot actually. But I'm waiting. Michael Myers comes out soon. I think next month. I still need like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Hellraiser, Pinhead, and everything. So I want to say that I'm going to quit at one point, but they're really fun and they're not really too expensive to get. So, but overall, I say 99% of my collection is all Transformers. I used to have Marvel Legends and I got Mask too. I take that back. I have Mask, but I don't really buy any of those anymore. But I would like to. I would love for them to reissue the whole Mask line or the old stuff. Do some 30th anniversary stuff like they do Transformers. I would love that because I love Mask. I think I had more Mask figures when I was a kid than I did Transformers. I don't know why, but Sunday asked because he said he's almost there. He said so. He thinks he's close to quitting. But
really, shit. Don't tell me that Don't tell me that we came in together. We out together, bro. Like
I'm sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say something about Sunday Heat. So me and Sunday Heat met on Instagram, and we used to talk Transformers back and forth. And I think I actually was the one who told him, check out the Realm.
Cool.
And he hasn't left since. But he also sold me remember that? I think it was it Generations Megatron, the one that everybody was using as the masterpiece Megatron for a little while.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Are you talking about the Nerf gun one or the tank? No, that's the Combiner War.
No, I think it was the Combiner Wars one then. The one that if you bought extra feet for it to make it taller than he was.
Yeah, the Combiner Wars one. Yeah, it was Armada, and then they had a silver one, I think.
Yeah, the silver one. Yeah. I had bought that from Sunday Heat. That's how we started our relationship, and since then, he's been part of the Realm and just getting tighter with everybody else here too. Yeah. It's great, and we finally got to meet at NJCC, which was. That's
awesome. I have yet to meet him. I hope. Was he at TFCon last year?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't met Sunday. I was hoping he goes to TFCon and I get to meet him, but still haven't had to get to meet him. But that's cool. I mean, that's what RC what is so cool about it is it brings you into other people that you would never probably ever talk to. And you get to because you have one thing and you have a passion for collecting stuff, and it just brings people together. And like this weekend is going to bring a lot of people together, and I get to hopefully meet new people, and you'll get to meet new people, and we get to meet the old people that we've known and everything. So it's really cool.
It still bugs me out in a sense. Like when I sit back and think about it, again, going back to the breaking the mold guys and stuff, like
Mhm.
those dudes are like some of my closest friends.
Mhm.
And when I think about it, it's only been 2 years that we've been fucking around,
Right.
basically since we met. But it's almost like we grew up together.
Hmm.
It's like we're all into the
Exactly.
same shit, and now we're hanging out more, spend weekends together, going to fucking Chicago to
Yeah.
go to a toy convention. Like, if you would have asked me this question 10 years ago, I would have
Exactly.
been like, dude, what are you
Get
talking
out of
about?
here. I ain't going.
Fucking
I'm
going
not going
to a
across
fucking
the
toy
sea and stuff.
convention with a bunch of guys.
Yeah, I'm not going over 5 states just to go
No,
see.
no women, no girl. Not, you know
Yeah.
what? Now, total opposite. I'm the one preaching to other people, saying, "Listen, it's the one of the best times I have all year. I look forward to it.
Hmm.
I get to see dudes like you who I talk to you probably at least once a week.
Yeah.
Texting or whatever.
Hmm.
And now, I get to see you this weekend. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I just
It's
think that's
awesome.
dope. It's like,
Yeah. It's
shit.
one year, one time,
Yeah,
one part of the year. It just and Dust just said it. All it takes is one time, and it does. Once you get just the camaraderie, and just to see people, like a lot of people go for toys, and all stuff, which is fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I used to go like that, but now you can get these toys online anywhere. So
mhm.
now I just go for, just to see people that I don't get to see all the time, because I'm in Arkansas. Most of the people, Northeast, we're, all across the world, and you don't get to see, we get to meet, Tim, we get to meet Sam, we get to meet the King of England, and people like that we would never get to see ever. I mean,
Right.
I'm not, I don't plan on going to England, anytime soon.
Exactly. Yep.
It's just and then it's really cool that they're coming all the way, and it's expensive. To fly from over there and do all this stuff is really expensive, and it just shows your dedication of that you want to see these people and hang out with these people, and it's an honor, and I'm honored that I have friends overseas that want to come over, and hang out with other people.
Hell yeah. My sentiment exactly. I can't wait to see fucking Tim. Like
Oh yeah.
Tim, we talk on the phone, like actually, because it's like Tim, we're on different time zones. So texting with Tim sometimes is not like he'll be leaving work. I'm just getting to work,
Yeah,
and
yeah, exactly.
so I'm
I,
like, yo, you still awake? I'm on my drive home. I'll call you now. So we'll
yeah.
bullshit for a while, and that dude, like
When people
Tim
over in
is just the
Australia.
best. Like he really is. He's got a great heart, and I can't wait to spend time with this dude this weekend. Like I
Yeah,
really.
and I got friends, two guys in Australia, Adrian and Lenny, and it's totally different. They're in the future, and you're over here and everything. So, one more question before we leave because I got to head out. Mervin
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
what advice would you give a guy who wants to switch his collection? I want to quit 1/12 and go doll life. What would you suggest on that?
Switching from 112 to Dow Life.
Yeah.
Just sell it all. Sell all your 112 stuff. The Dow Life is a lot more satisfying. It's a lot more easier on the eyes. Yeah, it
Mhm.
might be harder on the pockets, but when you do the math and like I have both, so I have a ton of 112 stuff.
Right.
I
Mhm.
almost if I had to get rid of anything, it might be that stuff, with the exception of maybe a dozen of them I might keep in hand just to fuss with because the best thing about it is you're able to fuck around with them, and if they
Mhm.
drop on the floor, it's not a $250 toy,
Right. Yeah.
but the 1/6 scale, the hot toy stuff is a lot more satisfying. At least for me, I walk into the
Right.
room, that's where my eye goes.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
just naturally just does that, and I noticed that when I visiting other people, whether it be Chris, Bobby, whoever has these
Yeah.
figures up on display, that's what I tend to stare at. I mean, don't get me wrong, Transformers, has my heart. It always does. But if we're
And
going
that's it.
112,
It makes you look back. It makes you step back. You know,
right?
like when I walk in, when people walk in, they see my constructor. They're like, "Wow,
Wow,
that is
right?
beautiful." Like I remember that. That brings it brings you back to your childhood or their childhood. And they're like, "Man, I remember that guy." You know, they don't know Transformers, but they're like, "I remember seeing him." Or an Optimus
Hmm.
Prime, MP Optimus Prime, all that stuff. And everything. So yeah, I get it. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the show. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. It helps me and all that good stuff. If you don't hit the down or dislike button, go right ahead and do that too. Hey, I still got the view. It doesn't matter. But I really want to say thank you very much. I had a wonderful time, and you are welcome back anytime that you want. If you're available, I'll definitely hit you up. I had a great time. I love you like a stepbrother, as always, dude. I'm really excited to get to see you again. And where can they find you, all that stuff, and all that
If
good
you don't
stuff.
know where to find me by now, you don't know anything. But
That's
now
true.
I'm
That's
on
true.
Instagram, Energon Addict, and David Clone in the Facebook groups. Matt,
Yeah.
thank you for having me. I had a great time
Oh,
with you too.
dude, any
I
time.
can't wait to I I can't front. I hug you at least like 5 times a weekend, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
So
fun.
I can't wait for at least the first one.
You're gonna make my wife jealous. Just go.
That's fine. I'll give her a hug too. We hug in this family.
That's what, yeah, we do. And yeah, like I said, you can find him on Breaking the Mold or on Tuesday on the RLC. If you don't know by now, where you been and everything. And like I said, once again, thank y'all very much for to watching me and everything. I hope y'all like this new little format. I'm having a great time. I get to talk to different views of the community and the fandom and all that good stuff. So you get a different a view from everybody. Like I had Emily on last time and it was great. But you get different views from all that stuff and everything. So I'm enjoying doing this, and I guess I'll see you on the next review. And as always, hail Hasbro, and good night, folks.
Peace.
Yeah.